About confrontation, violence?
Oh, was that the question you were asking?
Yeah.
See, that's another thing. When you talk about a revolution, most people think violence, without realizing that the real content of any kind of revolutionary thrust lies in the principles and the goals that you're striving for, not in the way you reach them. You reach them.
Hey everybody, how we doing tonight or this evening? I'm happy for everyone coming in. You guys, this is something that is serious. Everyone needs to learn boundaries. Everyone needs to understand that certain things are just off limits. Everyone has differences. Everyone has opinions. Everyone has, different viewpoints. But when you are understanding and considering somebody's viewpoint about a person and they behave in a manner that is just not morally or ethical or honorable whatsoever, it is okay to take a reconsideration moment and analyze the situation from a different viewpoint. It is the misconduct that has been happening on the internet, the mistreatment. I just, I don't understand. It's not okay for things like this to be happening. It's not okay. Nothing justifies to plaster someone's newborn baby on your channel and say, oh, well, something, this has happened or that has happened, which isn't even true in the first place. It's not true at all. Kevin Wesley has never disrespected anyone's parents. That is a false narrative. That is manipulation to lie and make those claims. Kevin Wesley has done interviews and discussions with Chief Callie's parents about religion. And ever since, even throughout them having differences, Kevin Wesley has not once disrespected his parents. Not once. He's actually spoken highly of his parents and stated that Chief Callie has not been representing them well. Not only this, Kevin Wesley has never disrespected Chief Callie's child or children. Not once, never. There was an interview that they did years ago with Chief Callie, Kevin Wesley, and Chief Callie's son. And Chief Callie stated how he physically assaulted his child. And I understand that we have people who discipline their children, and that's fine. But Kevin Wesley was highlighting to him how it became an assault or harassment, abuse, because he continued to do it. He woke his child up out of his sleep to beat his child even more, stating how he was letting him know that prison won't slack on him or won't lighten the load on him. And Kevin Wesley was highlighting to him that that was not okay, and stating to him that, in a sense, it's a preparation for your child to go to prison. I understand that the child may have done wrong, but there's a boundary that should have been in place. And that is what Kevin was stating to him as a friend. Not only that, but Chief Callie has been speaking on Kevin and his relationships since the beginning of this entire situation for 6 years, speaking on girlfriends, speaking on different relationships, speaking on his current wives, and making statements. Kevin has never spoken on Chief Callie's girlfriend in a distasteful manner. The only question was, how would he feel? How would she feel about certain things? If she doesn't know, how would she feel? There's been numerous of attempts from Chief Callie to to manipulate and make it seem as if Kevin is doing these drastic things to him that are just not true whatsoever. And either way, whether anybody wants to believe it or not, Kevin's children, his older children, have been talked about, mistreated, and now he has a 2-month-old son. And his child has been plastered on the internet, and with the purposes to defame Kevin without consideration of how the mother of this child would feel. Lacey is a first-time mother, and her newborn baby has been plastered on somebody's page with statements of exploitation. It's a false narrative. It's not fair to this family, the mother and the child, to be mistreated. Kevin Wesley has not done that whatsoever. Never. Never. And if people would take the time out to go look at his channel, to listen to the information that he's stating, the intent behind it, the purpose behind it, then you will understand that Callie has been trying to manipulate people to justify his behavior. It is never okay for anyone, regardless of how you may feel, to pay somebody's child, a newborn baby, on your page. You are not destroying anyone but yourself when you have this type of mannerisms. It is never okay to do something like this. Hello, Kimberly. How are you? Thank you for coming in. You guys, I had to come live. I had to come and discuss this because I'm literally shaking right now. Because for the most part, I have been looking into the information and giving my observation and understanding with the differences between Kevin and Chief Callie. And I've been seeing things and showing things, and based upon my own observation, I've been realizing deceit. And and I've tried to be very respectful and keep things to a certain limit. You get what I'm saying? To show my morals. But this right here, this conduct that has taken place in this situation is disgusting. It is disgusting that that and then the thing to me is, I understand that the saga has been going on, right? And within this saga, children have been spoken upon. Children have been mentioned. And that's why I wanted to get to the topic of boundaries, because it is never okay. And throughout this entire situation, within and without the saga, Kevin Wesley has never posted anyone's child. Neither has LaTruth. You get what I'm saying? And then to lie and say, well, he talked about your child. He never talked about his child. He never talked about his child. He had a live interview discussion with Chief Cali. It was Chief Cali that brung his child up on the discussion to the panel. It was Chief Cali that did it. He never spoke to this child in a disrespectful manner. He never pasted pictures of his children on his platform. He never did any of those things. He's lying. He is lying to justify him placing a newborn baby on his channel. And not to mention that, but it was another baby that was plastered on his page that had nothing to do with Chief Cali. This lady has a platform as well. And she speaks of being a mother with her newborn child. And you pasted them on there and they don't even know who you are. So what is the excuse for that? What is the understanding for that? Why did they have to be in the middle of it? Why did they have to be included? This lady does not know who you are. And I spoke to this lady and I informed her that her and her child was pasted on his channel to use as a weapon to aim to another family. That is disgusting. How dare you? And then to say that it wasn't to make fun of the child. Then what was the need to post another family's newborn baby with similarities? What was the purpose behind that? How dare you post this woman and her child, and then you posted two women with their newborn babies. One of them has nothing to do with the Wesley family whatsoever. And you post Lacey and her newborn baby. You post them together and say, because of Kevin Wesley, you're a liar. The lady has a TikTok platform, you guys. And she does a lot of discussions with her newborn baby. She speaks about Down syndrome. It has nothing to do with Kevin Wesley. And you posted her on your page stating that they exploit their newborn babies. Why did you do that to her? Since you have every excuse in the world as to why you do this to Kevin, why do you do that to her? And she doesn't even know you or Kevin. That is not okay. But you try to justify that, saying that somebody has been attacking you. You are the first person to come out with accusations on Kevin Wesley 6 years ago. 6 years ago. Kevin Wesley has never spoken bad on. Y'all can't hear me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? If anybody can hear me, please press 1 in the chat. 6 years. 6 years, y'all. Thank you, V. I was watching V Bennett's live earlier, and then I just had to get on the phone and go live. Because why would you do something like that? Why would you do something like that? The lady has nothing to do with this family whatsoever. You plastered her and her newborn baby on your channel, talking about exploiting a child. Then you post Lacey and her newborn baby, talking about exploiting a child. And you try to justify this by stating that Kevin spoke about your parents and he never did, not once. Saying that he talked about your child and he never did, not once. You brought up your child to that platform to have a discussion so that he could defend you, while Kevin was having a discussion with you. How sick is that? You beat your child and you beat him out of his sleep, telling him that prison won't be easy on him. And Kevin, as a friend, was telling you that you were wrong. Six years. 6 years, B. Thank you, Miss Josephine, for coming in. I know my camera went off, but y'all, I don't even care. I don't even care. Like, seriously, it's sick for you to do something. I am a mother. I know a lot of people on social media are parents with children. It will not be forgotten. You cannot justify what you did. How dare you? Saying, well, he's been doing this and he's been doing that. Well, what about that young lady that you posted with her newborn baby? What did she do? You got to understand when you're being manipulated, and behaviors tell on people all the time. And what we have right here is somebody's behavior that is telling on them. Because what you did was unjustifiable. This mother and her newborn baby has nothing to do with this situation whatsoever, has never ran across anybody in this situation ever. And you pasted her and her newborn baby on your channel with the defamation of exploiting her child. But you want me to believe the accusations that you placed out on Kevin? When you're including people who has nothing to do with the topic whatsoever? You want me to believe that you're a better parent when you can pay somebody's child on your channel in ill regards? You want me to believe because Kevin has been emotionally upset with this situation and he has had moments where he has spoken in anger? You want me to believe because of his moments of speaking in anger that what you're saying is true? You're disgusting to speak on a newborn child and another woman and her child that has nothing to do with you whatsoever. You're speaking on their children. And say, I wasn't speaking on their children, I was speaking on them. These are newborn babies that you posted that has absolutely nothing to do with the accusations of you being date raped or you being sacrificed to the Illuminati or you being or somebody falsifying donations. It has nothing to do with it, absolutely none whatsoever. In any situation, has nothing to do with them at all. People, we got to do better. We cannot sit around and allow people to manipulate and use our emotions to lie. If anybody wants to know, I don't want to place the woman's name or anything like that, because this absolutely has nothing to do with her. But her newborn baby, her newborn baby was pasted in these same pictures. And I think I already placed the pictures on my community board to warn everyone. And I was gonna include it in this video, but I said not, because it was so distasteful. And this lady had no idea. She had no idea that her picture was being included, that her newborn baby was being included. How could you do something so disgusting? It's not fair that us mothers, we risk our lives to give life. And you have people in this world who mistreat us for that. And they don't even consider that this is a moment of mistreatment towards that. Lacey made it. Her baby made it. You know how many mothers don't? You know how many children don't? That mother and her baby, they made it. You pasted their pictures up there together. And that lady had nothing to do with this discussion whatsoever. So what is the excuse for that? What is the excuse for you to plaster her and her newborn baby up there? She's not married to Kevin. She doesn't know Kevin. She doesn't know you. She has never spoken on you. She's never been in this situation at all. She has no idea. Since you could come up with all of the excuses in the world for why you would do something to Kevin and Lacey and have their newborn baby up, can somebody please ask him, why would you do that to a stranger? And to say that is not fair. No, it's not fair, because she's never said or done anything to you. Not once. A complete stranger, unaware that her baby is being used as a weapon to inflict defamation on someone else. Do you know the mental trauma that you can place someone in when they do you know that you can cause her a mental uncomfortness? Do you know that? Can anybody explain to me why would it be okay or justifiable for something like this to go on? Because Anybody doesn't hear me, just let me know and I'll fix it. Can you hear me? If anybody can hear me, please let me know. Okay, good. Because Lacey is a first time mother. Postpartum syndrome is a possibility. And then all of this is going on. And you're allowing this to happen. And you're saying you care about Lacey. And you're only saying things that she needs to know. You didn't even consider that that picture that you pasted on your page could affect her since you care, and you try to justify it by saying things that you and Kevin are going through, and Lacey has never not once said anything to you ever. This is her child. This is her baby. You posted a stranger and her child on there as well, who doesn't even know you or Kevin, who was completely unaware. What is the reasoning behind that? Thank you, Miss Burnett, for coming in. Burnett says Callie is sick. He wants Kevin. I don't get it. It's something that is going on, you guys. This is harassment. This is stalking. That is disrespectful. I did get in touch with that young lady to let her know that her and her baby was pasted on somebody's page with statements of exploitment of their newborn children. That is very disrespectful. And there is no excuse for that behavior. That young lady did not deserve it. Lacey did not deserve it. I mean, when are we going to understand that? Yes, V, he is very sick for certain. When are we going to understand that there needs to be a place of boundaries? And then somebody types under my comments and says, oh, well, they posted the picture first. That's how sick some people are, because Lacey posted her baby on her own platform. It's okay for somebody to take that picture and post it on their page, aiming to be disrespectful. People find that to be okay. It's not okay. It's sick. And if anybody cared, they would give him some insight on getting some mental health, because that is insane. Thank you, Mua, for coming in. Peace to you. It's I Yo, I don't know if anybody, how many people saw the picture, but I have it on my channel highlighting what he did. I don't even know how long I want to keep it up there, but I just want to inform the people. You get what I'm saying? Because he's saying, Kevin talked about my parents. He's never talked about your parents. Kevin, Chief Cali has respectable parents, y'all. They're respectable people. Kevin has always stated his parents well. Kevin has never talked about Callie's children. That is not true whatsoever. Chief Callie and Kevin were having a discussion online, and Callie decided to let his son come up on the panel. And Kevin was only informing Chief Callie that his behavior toward his child was ill and abusive. And Callie, he refused to understand that. But you don't beat a child out of their sleep because they did something wrong. You had already beat him, and then you beat him out of his sleep for the same thing. That is abuse. And what type of friend would Kevin be had he not tell you that? Kevin has never spoken on Chief Callie's girlfriend in an ill manner whatsoever. His main concern was always, how would she feel if she knew certain things that you have been doing? How would she feel? But none of this is an excuse for you to paste somebody's newborn baby on your channel. None of this is an excuse for you to paste another woman and her newborn child on your channel that isn't even in relation to this topic whatsoever. You went and found somebody else's platform. You went and found another mother with her newborn baby, and you went and posted it on your page talking about exploiting children. And this woman doesn't even know you. What is your excuse for that? What is the excuse for that? Is he going to explain that? Is he going to tell the truth for that? He's been telling people that I've been attacking him, which is not true whatsoever. This man has called me different names. This man has made different videos calling me names. He done made statuses calling me out, asking me for more videos. And the only thing that I have done in my videos was just consider his statements and allegations and gave my observation of how they weren't true. Thank you for coming in, Texas. It was a whole nother lady with her newborn baby that was plastered on his channel that had nothing to do with this topic whatsoever. What did she do to deserve it? What did she do to deserve being accused of exploiting her baby? Moi, he is a horrible human and something has to be done because this is not okay. It's not okay. You guys, I did go and inform the young lady that and let her know that it was an aim to inflict or to make statements to another family. She was completely unaware. She was completely unaware that her and her newborn baby was on somebody's page so that he can make it seem as if or to drastize Kevin and Lacey exploiting their newborn baby. That is disrespectful. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion at the end of the day, period. You are absolutely correct. Everyone is entitled to an opinion. Actions that can inflict mental or physical harm to someone is it's a different thing. This young lady, she has a platform on TikTok, y'all. I don't know if I did not ask her if I didn't go into deep conversation with her. I don't know her. I don't know um um if she would like to be followed or anything like that. You get what I'm saying? But her platform that she has on TikTok, she's a mother and her newborn baby has Down syndrome. And so she basically posts about her life and everything with her baby. And let me see if I could do this without my camera. Okay. But she was pasted on his page as well. Thank you, Ashley, for coming in, Mama. She was pasted on his page as well under the statements of exploitation. And even though he can have excuses as to why he has done this to Kevin, my question is, why would you do that to her? And she doesn't even know you. She doesn't even know Kevin. So we
Exactly.
can justify a lot of things, but when your actions show such a distasteful manner, that is when we have to come to a point where we may be being manipulated or lied to, because this lady has never what he claims to attack him. That's not fair whatsoever. It makes me question his credibility for anything because his behavior is showing me something that doesn't resemble what he says that he's speaking of.
Can I say something too as well, sis? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good evening. Everything that you said has been spot on. Where is the outrage? Where are the lines that should have never been crossed? How low can you go? Lacey has not done anything to this man. She does not know him. She has not met him personally. But yet she seems to be the target of his rage. It gets worse and worse with him. He's going from platform to platform. This is considered cyberbullying, you guys. This is a newborn child. Every time they post their child, this is her first child. She's excited. She wants to share with everyone, just like we were a part of her journey from the beginning to this point. Unfortunately, she cannot enjoy that moment because some stranger that is upset with her husband that has put these false accusations out that Angie has been debunking continues to harass and put her child up. Imagine how she feels in that moment. People are sending her, as well as her husband's trying to protect her from seeing what this creepy man has done and exposing and exploiting their child. Every time she posts, she's a target. He's a target for exploiting their child. Imagine how you would feel every time you post a picture of your grandchild, of your child, and someone says you're using it for some type of financial gain or whatever it is. They never ask for any money for their child. And even if they did, so what? So what? This has went too far, and we all need to stand up and take a stand and say enough is enough. Whether we're sharing these videos, whether we're reporting on the community, when this man is putting these children up, and you have to ask yourself this question now. We know this is bigger than just these accusations he claimed about Kevin. He has put another woman up that he's upset with and saying she's exploiting her child as well. If you want proof that this man is just bullying, that this man is just trying to antagonize, that this man is doing everything he can to try to defame this man's character, that is your proof right there. This woman as well that he's upset with, now he's saying she's exploiting her child too. So this is his way of getting revenge, putting out false lies, false accusations, defaming people's character because he's upset in the moment. And the worst thing you can do, the lowest thing you can do of the lowest, is bring someone's child into it. He's trying to hurt Kevin. And now we can see a clear picture as well. This woman he's upset with is now a target. We have to wake up, people.
And see, the thing is, shout out to Break Room Lady Love for coming in.
Yes, break room,
The,
lady love. B. Bennett, we see you.
the
Blessings.
the thing is this, and this is what I had to learn about manipulation because they'll say, "Well, I didn't say this to attack her. I didn't say this to disrespect her." You get what I'm saying? They'll say, "I was just calling out how I felt, or I was just saying what I thought." But this is the thing that we have to understand: the intent behind something. For you to make that video and say, "I apologize for calling you a side bitch baby mama," but that's exactly what you are. That is not an apology. That is
That
disrespectful.
and
An
provoking.
apology is something that you realize that regardless of how you feel about somebody's lifestyle, you apologize for being disrespectful to it. Do not allow someone to manipulate you to make you feel as if their behaviors and mannerisms are justifiable. It's not okay for you to disrespect people who have done nothing to you. Kevin is not the only parent when it comes to this newborn baby. Lacey is. She has never spoken towards him. She has never stated anything about him. She has never done anything to him. Why do you have videos of her and pictures of her? And why do you have pictures of this newborn baby? Are you proving that Kevin Wesley actually did something to you, or are you doing something towards people? Because he made claims. He
Hmm.
said and this young lady, and I can't get over it, this young lady who had nothing to do with the situation, you guys, she has a platform on TikTok, and she speaks on her daily life with her newborn baby who has Down syndrome, and her baby has been pasted on his page next to Lacey and her baby with the statements of exploiting children. That's hurtful. That is hurtful, and she has
And this
nothing
is
to do with it. And what I want people to understand is, because what he's saying is, well, Kevin has said stuff about my parents and he never has. That's not true. Kevin has spoken and had discussions about religion with Chief Callie's parents, and
he
Kevin
said
has
both of his
always,
parents were pastors as
yeah,
well.
because
He
his parents
spoke
were
highly
pastors.
of his parents.
He grew up in the church. He spoke highly of his parents. He even stated that Chief Callie is not representing them well at all. You get what I'm saying? And not only
And
that,
then
but with his son, Kevin has never spoken bad about Chief Callie's children. Chief Callie and Kevin were having a discussion on a panel one day a few years ago, and and Kevin was telling him that the behaviors that he was having towards his child was abuse, and Chief Callie brung his child up on the panel to defend him, which was sick because this is a child. But not only that, you admitted to beating your child for something that he did wrong. And then later, when your child was asleep, you beat him out of his sleep again. And your reasoning for that, what you stated to Kevin, was because I was letting him know that prison not going to be easy on him.
and then
That's
can
not
I briefly
okay.
say something as well, Angie?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Uh, you okay? And what makes him keep using the word exploit? Kevin nor Lacey has never came forward and said anything is wrong with their child. They say their child is healthy, their child is amazing, their child is strong. So why do you keep coming up with this word exploiting? And why do you tie this woman that has done nothing to you that we are aware of to Kevin Wesley? What is your point you're trying to make? Because 6 years we're still in it and your points, your facts has not been proven. Your anger has reached the next level of lowest as it goes. This man has spoke highly of your parents. He has spoke highly of you as well. And at one point, you allowed him to mentor, basically. You allowed him to be around your children. Your children will sit in front of the TV and listen to him. You looked up to him so much so you allowed your children to be guided by him. You looked at him as a leader as well as a friend. If you guys were no longer friends and you fall out, what is wrong with just going your own separate way? What are you trying to prove? To keep doing the same thing over and over again, and then people come in Angie's comment section as well as mine under my video telling me mind my business. First of all, I am a content creator. Second of all, I am a friend. My business is getting the information out that is accurate. My business is speaking up when justice is not being served, when someone is being targeted, when someone is being antagonized. That is my position, as well as my place as a human being to stand up for what I feel is right in my heart. And that is what I've been doing from day one. Check my platform. This man has done nothing wrong. And for him to continue to target him as well as his wife and his newborn child, this has gone too far. We need this to come to an end, and people have to start using their voices as well as their platforms. We can all sit back and say, oh, it's just Callie. He's just going to do this. Callie has put this man picture up as well as another woman and said they're exploiting their child. How did you feel? And how would you feel if someone plastered your child picture up and said you were exploiting them? What would you feel in that moment? You would feel violated, just like he felt violated from the hospital, from this man telling everyone where Kevin was. He's reachable, he's touchable, as well as posting his home. What is he trying to prove? Because he has not proved it yet within 6 years. The more people speak out, the more people voices are being heard, the more Kevin's situation will not be silenced. It will speak through all of us. We have to take a stand for this family. This is not right. I'm sorry, Angie.
No, you're okay. Because it's not right. It's gone too far. It's been 6 years. It started with the accusation of him, of Kevin trying to date rape him. But not only that, in the very statement, he stated that people were trying to do something to Kevin and he had to go and protect him. But then it turned around saying Kevin was in on it and trying to do something to him. And all of these were his thoughts. He even admitted these were his thoughts, that they weren't true. He stated that. He stated he was talking to himself. He thought these things up, and then he decided to act on that. You get what I'm saying? When you get that understanding, then you have to realize, okay, so we've gone too far. Okay, so we've gone too far. So we need to let it go. It is no longer an excuse for your behavior. You have to let it go because you
And
didn't
people
realize in the
allow him.
moment that these were your thoughts. Now you want us to continue on as if they actually happened and they didn't. You want to try to verify and justify saying that things like this has happened to other people and they're saying they've had bad trips and things have happened to them in real life. It never happened to you. It never happened. You got to let it go. You guys are not in contact anymore. You guys are not friends anymore. It is over with. To bring a
And
newborn
people keep
child in,
allowing him to come to platforms and drag Kevin. Every
I mean,
day, people allow this man to come up and say something.
as content creators, we have to do our due diligence. We have to go and find out the information. You don't have to be in favor of anybody. But if you realize that the information that is being received is false, it just is what it is. It is false. Stop allowing someone to manipulate your people. Stop allowing someone to manipulate you. And realize that there is no substantial evidence to prove any allegations of such. And so I have to state that to everyone to let them know that it is not right, it is false, and it's not acceptable. It is just not acceptable. And then to bring up mothers with their children and paste them together on your page and to find a reason to justify that is not acceptable. This is Lacey's child as well. So when you're stating that Kevin is exploiting his baby, you're stating that Lacey is exploiting her baby. And that is wrong. And it's not true. And then to have another mother with her baby onto the situation as well, who has never been into this at all, doesn't even know who anybody is in this situation. You pasted her and her baby on there as well, stating exploiting her child. That is disrespectful. There needs to be a boundary set in place. And stop lying to the people, telling them that this man talked about your children and he never talked about not one of them. Not one of them. If anything, he came in a defense for one. because you abused him and you admitted that online. Why would you admit to beating your child out of his sleep? Why would you
But
admit to
yet you're
that?
worried about them exploiting a newborn child, but you're beating your child out of his sleep, trying to prepare him for prison instead of guiding him in the right direction. You're speaking that into your child's reality. You're predicting a bad future for him instead of sitting down and talking to him, instead of being an example to him. You would rather go online every day and target this man and a woman who has absolutely nothing to do with your personal beef with Kevin and her newborn child that she has still not yet been able to enjoy. Because here you are. You have called her out of her name. You have called you Lacey as well as me, as well as Angie out of her name. All of us. We have done nothing to you. You are way out of line and you need to get help, period.
It's too far.
And that's all I have to say.
It's just too far. I've done different videos discussing the accusations and the allegations, and I know that they weren't in favor of him. Kevin has done videos discussing the accusations, and I know they weren't in favor of him. Kevin has spoken about, different interactions that they had as friends, as you know working together. You get what I'm saying? Even talking about, the videos that they made, and Chief Cali was paid for every last one of them, even though he wants to paste and say, yeah, post my video. No, it's not your video. You were paid to do a service. The service was complete, and that is Kevin's work. That is Kevin's work. He has every right to utilize that. It's just when being manipulated in that form. You get what I'm saying? For what reason at this point? We're forgetting the main topic. You've gotten so far off topic with so many things that you can find wrong. You don't realize that you're wrong. You're not even taking a step back to see how wrong you are. If you're trying to say that Kevin is such a bad person, how do you justify that with being a bad person? There is no excuse. And a lot of the people that you are manipulating to believe this situation, especially from the LaTruth saga, they have all come to the situation realizing realizing how they have been affected in their own personal lives through trauma, through hurt, through pain. And you would use that to manipulate them to feel as if you have the same understanding and you don't. You don't know what it's like to be mistreated because you've been the one mistreating. You don't have any excuse for your behaviors, just manipulation. That is abusive. And if people realized what you were doing to them, they would be highly hurt. They would feel so disrespected. What are you doing for the community? Is that the question that you give out to people? You don't realize that the very people that you're speaking in front of are a community. They are a community of people, and they are listening to you, and they are in hopes of being in favor of what you are saying, and you're lying. You're lying to them. You're using other people who have nothing to do with the subject to try to create colorful imaginary videos, and play on people's emotions with music and background and all of this and that to create Kevin to be a bad person, but you don't realize that you're affecting those people. If they ever find out what you have done to them, w- w- including them to a situation they have no idea of, that would hurt them. Why would you do that? You don't have an excuse for that. That is disgusting. You talked about all of these other content creators and use their pictures and their statements on different topics and collab them together to make Kevin look like a bad person. That is not true journalism. That is not caring for the community. That is deceit. That is deceitful. Why would you want to do that to somebody? Why would you want to include you had Charleston White talking about a subject. You had what it is, the guy that did the interview with Monique. You had what's the comedian up there? They had different subjects that they were talking about, never talking about Kevin Wesley. But you clipped all of these things together as if they were talking about Kevin Wesley. Well, how would they feel if you misused their words? You talked about some of the people in the conscious community that has no connection to Kevin Wesley, but stating how they were manipulating their people. Do you understand that that is deceit? Do you understand that you're not only targeting Kevin when you do that, you're targeting them as well? And then you had this mother with her newborn baby on the channel along with Lacey and her newborn baby. Neither one of them know each other. Neither one of them know you. She doesn't know Kevin. And you are stating in the statements how they are exploiting their babies. How would she feel? But I'm supposed to believe that you are a credible source when it comes to accusations against Kevin Wesley? That's what I'm supposed to believe? When you would falsify information about other people who have nothing to do with the topic whatsoever? You're speaking defamation on them in order for somebody to believe you about Kevin? That's distasteful. It's disrespectful. It's defamation. And if this mother has some type of emotional effect, it becomes a hate crime. And that's what everybody is failing to understand, especially when you're making excuses for somebody's behavior. Especially when a lot of the people who have come into this situation are victims of domestic violence. They're victims of narcissistic abuse. They're victims of trauma. And you're speaking and justifying the reason why you are abusive to people because of something for false claims about mistreatment to you from Kevin Wesley. You're lying to them. You try to make up excuses as to why you have mistreated me. Because all I did was consider your accusations. All I did was consider the information. I haven't verbally assaulted Chief Cali. I haven't plastered his pictures all over the place. I haven't called him out of his name. I haven't made titles and videos calling him out of his name. I have a personal feeling towards him based upon the information that I see? Of course. But did I portray that? No. You want to know why? Because it's disrespectful. Because I have morals and boundaries. Because I care about how I perceive myself to the world. And because I know that you cannot fight justice with injustice. There is a difference. You cannot tell me that you're fighting to fix something with the same tactics of something that needs to get fixed. How are you doing that? How are you doing that? Now this woman that has been plastered on your page along with Lacey, she may be hurt right now. She might be hurt right now. Are we not understanding this? Of her going through the struggles of giving life, of her newborn baby having Down syndrome, and then you paste her on your page with statements of exploiting her child. How would she feel right now? It's not fair. You try to use that with what you're stating about Lacey, saying that you're not saying anything wrong, you're just stating the obvious. No, what you're doing is wrong. What you're stating is wrong. You don't speak to Lacey. You don't know how she's feeling. You can't state that. I know one thing, if I were Lacey, I would be hurt that I can't even have a newborn baby. I can't even give life. My husband has already been facing all of these accusations for 6 years. And that maybe I need to think twice before I'm able to give life. Because I don't want that to be used against me or my husband. I don't want to have the mental effect and trauma for posting my newborn baby on the internet in celebration of his life. How do you take something positive and turn it to negative and try to find a reason to justify that? And then because everybody is so emotionally driven with a lot of things that's taking place, they become deaf to the logic. To understand that that is absolutely so far gone, it's not right. There is a mental problem here. To go to her page, who has, it's not even, Kevin and Lacey don't even share a page. You went to Lacey's page and found these pictures to post on your page. But someone is bothering you. Is that what you want me to believe, that someone is bothering you? Hey, Raw Truth and Uncut, thank you for finding me. Thank you for finding me. Y'all, I don't know how many people stalled the post. I mean, it was disgusting. You had another lady up there with her newborn child who's not even in connection to this entire situation, and stating how her and Lacey were exploiting their children, their newborn babies, not even considering how she may be affected, not even considering if she would ever come across it or someone she knows to come across it. You get what I'm saying? That's what did she do to deserve that? What did she do to deserve that? It's the behaviors of certain things that are done that leads one to question credibility. How can I believe anything that you're stating if your behavior is in a toxic manner? It's an abusive manner. It's distasteful. It's untrustworthy. How do I know that if I make you upset, let's just think about it. If I befriend him before any of this happened, if I were to ever befriend him, and I'm in agreement with a lot of things and we're friends, and then one day when I disagree, or when you decide to disagree, or he decides to disagree, how do I know that you won't do the same things to me? How do I know that you won't use somebody else's life situation and add it to mine in videos and pictures to try to further disdain my name with disdaining theirs as well? When you have these type of behaviors, when you do these certain things, there is no excuse, none. And the excuse that you give is abusive. It's only manipulating. It's not fair. It's not okay to say that these things are happening to you and they're not. It's not okay to find justifiable reasons for your behavior and there's none. There is no evidence of Kevin Wesley posting pictures of your children. There is no evidence of Kevin Wesley making statements regarding your children. There is a discussion that you and Kevin Wesley had about you abusing your child, and you called your child up to the panel to defend you when your child was a child and not an adult. You were speaking to someone man to man, and you brung your child up to that conversation. Now that was abusive. And even in the midst, Kevin did not even disrespect your child. Your child wasn't even disrespectful. He was very respectful. He gave his perspective. You get what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, there was no ill will at all. But what he told you was that it was not okay to beat your child out of his sleep and have an excuse of prison is not going to be easy on him. And you took that offensively. Because instead of realizing that Kevin was being a true friend in the moment, you felt as if he was saying something to you that was in the form of an attack, and it wasn't. It was right. We need more friends like that to be honest with us, to tell us the truth. Kevin has never spoken bad about his parents. Chief Cat, I saw the video where Kevin Wesley and Chief Cali and his parents, his father, they were having discussions about religion. He has wonderful parents, y'all. Smart and patient parents. And Kevin has never spoken bad about his parents. The only thing that he stated was that Chief Cali was not representing them well. He wasn't, and he's not to this day. Chief Cali is not representing his parents well. If you guys ever want to get a feel of his parents, go look for that video. Very peaceful and kind-hearted people. Kevin wouldn't have anything negative to say about them whatsoever. No one should, to be honest with you. But all through this 6 years of accusations on this man, but how dare he say anything? He can't say anything to defend himself. He can't say anything to highlight the resource of where a lot of these accusations come from. He can't say anything in regards to you guys' past history, because then you'll go to your channel and you'll tell everybody he's attacking you. He's being disrespectful to you. And that is so far from the truth. This young lady that you posted today, both of these ladies that you posted today with their newborn babies, they have never done anything whatsoever. If anything, I at least had the discussion. They've never had a discussion about you. They've never had a discussion about you. One of them doesn't even know that these entire people even exist. And she was pasted on your channel today with claims of exploiting her newborn baby. And as a mother who gives life, I don't know no mama that would give birth to a child to exploit them. I don't know no mama that would. And I'm pretty sure there may be mothers that exist out there, but I don't know none. because I'm not one. And I can tell that Lacey is not one. And I can tell that that young lady is not one. And I can tell that they would not even allow to do it. We got to get past all of the nonsense and just see the truth for what it is. This is an attack. Your behaviors are an attack. So when you speak your words, they're only highlighting that you're trying to manipulate me to believe that what you are doing is not an attack. And it is exactly an attack. It is an attack. Words, trust me, are abusive. But actions, they clarify words. And I'm trying to understand some things because it's so contradicting how Chief Cali would say that, you know, he would highlight verbal abuse, but somehow he can't seem to understand how he's been verbally abusive towards me. But I'm supposed to believe that you're not wrong in this situation. I'm supposed to believe that whatever you're stating is justifiable in your behavior. I'm supposed to believe that. And I've given no reason. I've not once went over to Chief Cali's channel and commented under his post or his videos. But under my videos and under my post, he's calling me goofy. And he's saying, "Oh, you're crying for him. Boo hoo. You're taunting me." And I've never taunted you. So it leads me to believe that your actions are who you are, and your words, it's only to manipulate someone to not believe who you are. Let me see. Lady Love, he's trying to hurt Kevin and call and because he's not getting the response he wants, he'll go after what he loves only to hurt Kevin. Right. And then Texas Bama says, always stand for what you believe is true, but don't let the drama consume you, sis. You're right, mama. Thank you. And then Lady Love, Angie, you will never understand the mind of the sick. Don't even try. You right, mama. Texas Bama, your mental health is more important. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And that's why we all as a people, we all got to start to place certain boundaries within ourselves. And so when we see people stepping out of the boundaries that we have for ourselves, we don't entertain, we minimize, we stay away from it, or we even tell them that you may be crossing some boundaries. You get what I'm saying? You may be getting too far. You get what I'm saying? And just let them know, like, you know, I understand that you may be hurt or you might have a form of hate towards this person, but your behaviors have become abusive. Your behaviors have become destructive. You get what I'm saying? This has to stop. Newborn babies should never be spoken of or shown negative light. Yep, I have to give some people some pushback too. Oh, hold on just a second. Okay, I'm back. You guys. So you know what I'm saying? We have to get to a point, and I see a lot of mothers in here. V Bennett, shout out to you. He's a father. You get what I'm saying? We have to place ourselves in the situation. We have to look at ourselves in this situation and say, hey, regardless of how upset I may have made a person, is this justifiable? No, it's not. It's not justifiable. You cannot paste my baby on the page and think that it should be okay. You cannot paste a stranger and her newborn baby on the page and make claims of exploitation and think that that is okay. That is not okay to do that to that mother and her child, and to do that to Lacey and her child, and to do that to Kevin as being the father of Lacey's child. It's not okay to do these things. That's my baby. So I place myself in this situation, and I realize that regardless of what my children's father may have said or done, or indifferences that they have had with a friend, he is out of line to speak of my children and to speak of me in any manner, especially if I have never done that to him whatsoever. It's not okay to say, oh, I'm not meaning to offend her. I'm just telling her the facts that she's a side bitch baby mama. How dare you? Lacey is an adult, a very intelligent adult, might I add. If anybody wants to get a feel of how intelligent she really is, you guys, it is great to go to her platform. She is very wise. She speaks from a place of wisdom, insight, truth, and love. You get what I'm saying? So when you go and look and see of the person that he's speaking of, you'll start to realize that he's not playing a fair game. Okay? It's a beautiful woman that's being mistreated. Her and her newborn baby. Come on now, let's just be honest with it. But then if they say something or if they speak of something, now you're being attacked when it was you that threw the blow. You threw the blow. But if somebody acknowledges it or say anything, they're attacking you. You're throwing the blows. 6 years ago, you threw a blow. All he did was defend himself. And now you're saying he's attacking you. You're throwing the blows. You made accusations of his sexuality. That's a blow. You made accusations of him trying to date rape you. That's a blow. You made accusations of him stealing donations. That's a blow. What part of that are we not understanding? But not once has he used this information to call you out of your name, to say that you were gay. Not one time did he do that. You manipulated a whole interview saying that he admitted it. He stated that I didn't eat the fruit. No, play the entire conversation so people that can understand it as a whole. That to me is manipulation. It is deceit. You're lying to people. Because there's a lot of people who were not there to hear the interview as in its entirety. So you take a clip and you play it and make it seem as if he's acknowledging that he tried to seduce you with fruit, and he did not. He's stating that because of your statements, you stated that offering you fruit was a gay suggestion. And he stated that if it is a gay suggestion, he did not take the offering. But because of his behavior, you get what I'm saying? I feel like he might have wanted it to be a gay suggestion. That is what he was saying. You're continuing to lie with these clips. You're continuing to lie to people with your manipulation, which is abuse. Play the clip in its entirety. I played yours in its entirety. I played Callie's videos in its entirety from beginning to end. Not one moment to have any deceit. Why? Because I'm not abusive. Because I'm not a manipulator. Because I'm not trying to play favoritism. Not one time did I post anything of Callie's family or made any statements about his family, nor would I ever. I would never do nothing like that. Kevin has never done anything like that. Callie is lying. And why you want to keep having discussions about somebody being gay if you not gay? Like, who are you trying to spread awareness to about this? Like, seriously, man, get over it. Now you got newborn babies into it. Like, seriously, there's no justification for that whatsoever. I don't care. I don't want to hear nothing else from anybody when it comes to playing with people's children. And everybody should know that he's a parent as well. You're talking about you're talking about a discussion that Kevin had with you, and I want to say a 70-year-old son in comparison to a 2-month-old baby. And he didn't even disrespect your child. Never has he disrespected your child. Why are you lying to your followers? Talking about he talked about your girlfriend. He never talked about your girlfriend. Talking about he talked about your parents. He never talked about your parents. The lady that you posted today, she never even knew you existed. But did you tell your followers today why you posted her? Do they even know you posted her? And thank goodness it's down, whether he took it down or whether reports took it down, however. But if she would have never known, would you have told her? It was not easy for me when I gave life to my twins. I was in high risk. You get what I'm saying? It is not easy to give life to a child. All situations aren't necessarily the same. But regardless of the ease within that situation, mothers put their life in risk to carry a baby and to deliver a baby. It is very dangerous to give life. And sometimes we take these moments for granted because in a lot of our cases, it has been easy and beautiful. In most cases, it goes unnoticed of the situations that weren't necessarily the same. But me, I remember everyone as a whole, from the good and the unfortunate. So when I see certain things, certain behaviors, it's a disgust to me how inconsiderate someone could be in such a delicate moment of a newborn baby. And to say that this baby was somebody's karma. Texas Bama says he mentioned it. I hadn't seen it though. I wish I could mediate the situation because I hate to see people go at it. Sometimes a mediator is needed, but you can't make anyone have the conversation. Texas, oh, you said a mouthful. That is so right. Mediation. You get what I'm saying? And to be honest, I think 6 years is a mediation is such a hard space now. You get what I'm saying? But if you want to see it, it's on my timeline. I posted the pictures for everyone to be aware. To be honest with you, I don't even know if I want to keep it up. You get what I'm saying? But I'll have it up there for a little while, but I will take it down because I just feel like it's disgusting to have these mothers and their babies in that light. You know what I'm saying? Even if I want to show some of the things that Callie has done, I don't want that to be an example. You get what I'm saying? And I want Callie to understand that no one, especially me, or I don't even think Kevin is attacking her. I'm not attacking him. You came out with claims. You made statements. I gave an honest observation. I disagree. And the reason why I disagree, especially with the ongoing antics, are simply because in your very statements, you stated how everything was a thought and that it never happened. It was the thought that you presumed to be reality. That was his statement. You get what I'm saying? So when you have that statement, it's like, okay, common sense would say, well, let it go. It's your experience. I can't take away from your experience. But when you utilize your experience to torment somebody, and you know good and well your experience was only your imagination, like seriously, at some point you got to realize that you're stalking this person, you're harassing this person. So now everybody knows about the little game that they used to play, the little whisper game, how you would whisper something in somebody's head, ear, and then they'll whisper to the next, and then they'll whisper to the next, and they'll whisper to the next. So with the result of your imagination experience, and you spoke about it, and then the next person spoke about it, and then the next person spoke about it, and then 6 years later we got people agreeing to accusations that they never even heard of in the first place. It's disgusting. So mediation, to me, would be a legal there needs to be some legal interference, because it's going haywire. Like you can't even make this up. I don't know anybody in real life who has ever had this type of traumatizing situation. Like, what is his aim for? What is the ending aim? What are we getting at now? What is the point of it now? Okay, so you say he tried to date rape you. Did you make any reports? No, because you're a man. Well, did you try to fight him? No. How many discussions did y'all have on the panels before? In the beginning, it was a couple of them, but now I completely avoid him because he's a narcissist. Okay, so what do they tell you about narcissists? Leave them alone. Stop talking about them. Run away. You haven't done that. You haven't done that. Not only are you talking about him, but now you're talking about his family. You've even added Robert into the equation. You've talked about Brianna in the equation. You've talked about a newborn baby and Lacey in the equation. You talked about Jamie in the equation. You talked about their children in the equation. You've made it seem as if Kevin was doing the same thing, and it's not true at all. And I wish that everybody that hears what he's saying actually go and do reviews for themselves. You get what I'm saying? Nobody is saying that you have to like Kevin. But what I am saying is try to see if the information that Callie is giving you is true or hold any weight whatsoever. You ain't even got to go to Kevin Page and look. I'm going to just be real with you. Because the information that I placed on my channel about Callie's allegations came strictly from Callie. I didn't even look at Kevin's information. I looked strictly at Callie's information. And that's how I knew that he was deceitful. Just listening to him. What did Callie say? You let somebody talk long enough? Well, you've been talking for 6 years. And every time you talk about this situation, you add a lie. You make up another lie. You change the story. You do this and that. You do all kinds of different things within your own statements. And this is how I know you've been deceitful. There's so many meetings and interviews that you've had that I can do observation on and give clear evidence of how you lied on this one based upon the last one you had. Trying to find a way to make it sound worse than what you made it before. If people sit and let you talk long enough, they'll start to realize that there's fault in your conversation. But what he's gonna do, he's gonna come after I go off. He's gonna come under this video and he's gonna make another statement because he did it to the last one. Or he's gonna go to his channel and make another post. Or he's gonna go to his channel and make another video or have another live discussion trying to say that I'm attacking him. Or he's gonna go to another platform and have somebody and make an excuse for people to excuse his behavior towards me because what he is saying about me as well is that I'm attacking him. But I'm not attacking him. Lacey's not attacking him. Kevin is not even attacking him. But he'll play the videos and clips to try to manipulate it to make it seem like Kevin is trying to attack him, and it's not even true. If he played it, if he really cared about how his subscribers felt about situations, if he really wanted to get the truth out, he would play it in its entirety and let everything be heard. But there's no justification for his defense if that happens. It's sick. It's disrespectful. It needs to be an end to this. But guys, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off. I hope that someone gets a message for this. Babies are off limits, and every time you see it, no matter whether it's from this situation or the next situation, set this as a boundary. It needs to be cleared all across the board. You leave babies alone. There is no excuse. You cannot justify it at all. If you post somebody's baby on your channel with statements of ill regard to anything, that is wrong. It is wrong. I didn't say anything about the baby. I didn't say anything to the baby. It does not matter. If the comment above the picture does not say beautiful blessing or anything in that regard, you are wrong. Okay? Peace to everyone. Everyone have a good night.